Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. How is everybody on this wonderful day today? Hello, Krista. Welcome. Hello. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Let me know where you're watching from, what you got in your brew today. How are you on this fine Monday? I got to scoot this out of my way. Y'all know me, I can't sit. I don't like to sit. I like to stand and be able to move around, move my body. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the morning brew. Let me know where you're watching from and what you're drinking in your brew too. Oh boy, it's one of those days. Wisconsin, awesome. How is it up there, the weather? You guys warm? Like, how's your summer been? Hold on 1 second. Let me go get my... No more. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Go. They're all... As soon as we go live, they get rambunctious. Minnesota, South Africa in the house. Minnesota in the house. Wow, I love it. We are like global today. I love it. Global. Humid. You know, we've been super humid here. So I'm in Southern Oregon and it has been very humid the past few days. We've had all kinds of amazing thunderstorms. I love that kind of thing. It's my jam. I love it. I love it. I can't help it. So welcome to the Morning Brew. If you're new, I'm Earth Angel Jamica, and it is a blessing and an honor to have you here in this place, space, and time with us. This is the place where we come together and we focus on the art of self-care. We focus on nourishing ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. We give ourselves 45 minutes, an hour out of our morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you're at. South Africa, I know you're in the evening time, I believe, right? But giving ourselves an hour out of our day to nourish ourselves, to look at ourselves as a whole, as mind, body, and spirit, and share with each other, elevate each other, and help to get ideas and things that we can use to nourish ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. And that's what we are doing here today. So welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your love, your energy. Thank you for sharing, inviting, letting people know about us. The farther that we can expand, the more people that we can reach and plug into this positive energy, this positive vibe, the more we really are helping. When we focus on the art of self-healing, of looking at ourselves, healing ourselves, we're helping the whole planet. We globally, as we elevate, as we rise, as we expand, so does the whole universe with us. Everything with us elevates, rises. So it's important that we take this time to look at these things. Welcome, Rick. Welcome. So, like I said, we like to focus on mind, body, and spirit. We start out talking about, our breakfast and what are we drinking? What's in our brew today? We focus on abate. So I wanted to share with you guys. I'm super excited. Check it out. It's so pretty. I'm going to hold it up there so you can see. What I have going in my brew today is from my garden. I'm so excited. I finally got to harvest. I planted, I want to say 2 months ago, my tea garden, and everything was finally, everything is finally really flourishing and just taking off. And so I was able to harvest. I harvested out of my vegetable garden, salsa, everything for salsa this weekend. We had nice fresh salsa. And then out of my tea garden, my herb garden, I got some orange mint and chocolate mint, an orange chocolate mint tea. So I dried them out. I picked them Saturday, let them sit out yesterday, dry out, and today I dried and put them in the little mixer thing here, whatever this is called. I can't. The French press. I use the French press because it works. And I'm having peppermint tea. And you guys, peppermint tea is so. This is my house. This is a home, isn't it? One, yeah, it's just like being in a tree house though, because it's in the middle of the trees and it's a log cabin. So it basically is a tree house. You're right. It's both. It's both. How cool is that? Both and. Okay. Hi, Miss Kelly Jones in the house. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful sister. So happy you're here. Welcome. So yes, you guys. So peppermint tea. So today I'm having orange chocolate peppermint tea fresh out of my garden. Peppermint tea is it helps boost our immune system. It helps carry oxygen to our bloodstream. It doesn't have caffeine in it, but it gives you a natural little boost without the caffeine crash. I'm working on cutting out that caffeine, even though I still love my coffee. I do. I love my coffee, and I'll never give up my coffee. And the decaf just isn't quite the same. But what I know about energy, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. This is the first time I've ever had a fresh cup of tea, like fresh out of your garden, go get it. Oh, y'all, it's time. If you don't have a tea garden, grow yourself a tea garden. You can grow a tea garden right in your house. You can grow peppermint. You could grow in plants, right? I've got some catnip out there I'm going to be trying next, but it wasn't quite big enough. I didn't want to mess with it yet. Teas make me sick. Okay. Well, that's okay. You know what? Kelly, that's an interesting, I wonder, just curious. Well, we'll chat about that in another, we'll go into that that's a whole nother segment, Jamaica. Don't start that. Don't open that door. But, that's good to know. How about, but all teas? Are you like herbal teas? Is it across the board? What I found interesting, so for me, for years and years, I thought I was allergic to chamomile because anytime I had a chamomile tea or even around the fragrance of chamomile, any of that, I would have really bad reaction to it. But I found out some things about it that like a lot of times it's not like totally synthetic. And then of course how they grow it and things like that was more the things that I was sensitive to. When I get pure organic good stuff, I don't have the same type of reactions to a lot of stuff that I had previously. So not saying we do or don't, but I'm just, yeah. Anyway, that's me. Seems to be most every tea. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I love you. You're bringing us right into the segment of where I was headed with this is, our energies. It's important for us like that to really mind how we do react and how these things affect us, how we feel when we put certain things in our bodies, when we drink certain things. Today, the spiritual law that we talk about is tithing, right? And how important it is to understand tithing. For me, the way for me, what tithing is my ability to gift back to the Great Spirit, to understand that everything, literally everything in my life is a gift from Great Spirit, comes through people, places, and things, but it is every people, place, and thing is a conduit for the Great Spirit to come through, right? And so therefore, this body, my physical, this temple was the very first gift the Great Spirit gave to me in order to have a human experience, right? And so when we're looking at tithing and the importance of tithing, I think it's so important that we start right here. We have to start right here first and really understand what this temple requires so that we can nourish it, mind, body, and spirit, right? I love tea, but it doesn't like me anymore. So, Miss Kelly, what I'm curious about, what I found for myself too is the essential oils. So a lot of things that I was not able to use previously, like chamomile being one of them. Lavender was another one of them, depending on how I grow it and where and anyway, but where it comes from. What I found, and then after going to school for aromatherapy, was that something happens to the molecules when they extract from the essential oil part of it. You're not getting the same molecules as you get from the actual plant matter, and a lot of times it's the protein in the plant matter that we are allergic to. Not necessarily, it's one of the molecules in the plant we're allergic, not the plant itself, right? And so what's really cool about essential oils is a lot of times when we have that, we won't have the same reaction with an essential oil, and we can use those in place of those other things, and still get the benefits of them. So just might be something to, because I make an awesome essential oil I make an awesome tea. I use the Thieves essential oil. It's not all essential oils safe to ingest. Tomorrow I'm teaching a whole class on essential oils, so join me for that. There are essential oils that you can get that are safe to ingest, but you have to know what to look for and when, where, and how. And I'm going to teach on all that. But what I do is I use from that, these oils I know that are safe. There's a blend called Thieves, and I use it to help boost my immune system, keep me healthy. It's an amazing, it tastes amazing, smells good. It's a good blend. But what I do is honey. I do a scoop of honey and the oil in that and mix it, because honey acts as an emulsifier, because oil and water doesn't mix. So if you just do water and oil, it's going to flow and it's not going to taste good at all. And literally like a glob, and I will do one tiny drop, and then I might not even use all of that honey per se, but I just, scoop from the honey and use it. And that's how I get the oil into and make a tea. And it's phenomenal. It's so good. So, all right, Miss Patty, good morning, beautiful. So about the energy, it's important for us to really know our bodies. And when we talk about the tithing, when we're looking at mind, body, and spirit, right? We're looking at ourselves as a whole. And we're looking to tithing to ourselves. It's really important. I was blessed this weekend to get to do a healing session, energy healing session. And it just really reminds me and brought me back to reminding you guys how important it is, again, to do these types of sessions, doing a Reiki session, getting involved in some type of a yoga, oh gosh, how do you pronounce it? It just went out of it was right there and it went, anyway, there's lots of energy healing modalities, and it's important to really connect, to understand your chakra system, to understand your energy field, not only how we nourish our physical body, but how we nourish the unseen part of our body, our energy fields. Do you understand your chakras? And if you don't, there's so much information available out there today, which is beautiful. 20 years ago, it wouldn't have been so easy for you to get this information. Today, you can literally Google, and there's really great information out there to start to really understand and what resonates and understand your physical body. Getting Reiki healing sessions, connecting with Reiki energy healers. Yoga is another way. Like I said, it's right there every time. I hear it in my head and I can't spit it out. Breathing method. There's all different types of techniques to do, but it's important to look at your energy fields, and support it. That's why we listen to our bodies, the things that we're craving, right? We talk about this morning. I've got oranges and blueberries. My body is physically, these are foods that are going to help support that energy system. These are going to support my solar plexus, my sacral chakra, my throat chakra, my third eye chakra. All of these, the nutrients, the proteins, even just the colors in this are helping to support that energy field, those energy fields, right? So that is very interesting, but essential oils. That is a good to know too. So let's chat, because there's probably other way. Yeah, be there tomorrow. There's some good information. And again, All of our bodies, this is the beautiful thing. I love you bringing that up, Kelly, right? Because what works for one person doesn't work for somebody else, and that's okay, right? Because the Great Spirit has created, there's probably like a gazillion billion plants. I don't even know. We don't even know the number of plants, right? Crystals, right? If you can't do the plants, we got crystals, we got rocks, we got other energy healing modalities. We've got all these other things available to us. And I think it's wonderful that you're so in touch and understanding where you're at with that, so that you can find the things that work for you, to help support ourselves, because that's what we do, right? We're talking about nourishing ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. So, dun, 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 right? Uh, so with that being said, peppermint tea today, off the hook. It's so good. Grow your own, you guys. Get your own herb garden going, I'm telling you. And the kicker is, if you could grow your own tea garden, even like if you have a deck or a patio, if you live in the city, if you have a small little patio, a little window, you could do little window pots if you have, but if you can do something even right outside, especially if you're like in the cities. We talked about on Friday all the pollinators and the trouble that the insects are in, and how much we need them. They're part of our ecosystem, and without them, we're toast, man. When the bottom crumbles out from under, right? They're our foundation of life, and a lot of life depends on these little insects, these little critters. And so if we can help support them while we're helping support us, right, it's a win-win, everybody, win-win. So anywho, all right, we're going to move into the mind part today, into our mind, because I have some really cool stuff I want to share with you about that today. When we change our thinking, we change our life. It's that simple. When we start looking at our belief systems, we start looking at the way we operate, the way we react, the way we respond, we pay attention to ourselves as a whole, we start to understand where our power lies. We start to understand how powerful manifestors we are, and how really the universe is responding to us exactly perfect, right? With these spiritual laws. That's why we talk about these spiritual laws, because when we understand them and we learn to use them properly, just like gravity, when we learn to use gravity, man, once we learn how to stand up and walk and get our balance and go, right? We know how to do it. We know how to use these things, right? Same thing with these spiritual laws. And so it's important that when we physically, again, we're checking our bodies, or, checking in with that we look at our minds and our thought patterns and understand the unseen is creating the scene. So where our really deep rooted beliefs are they your beliefs? So I wanted to share yesterday, in my service, one of our practitioners shared this wonderful article, and it just hit home for me so intensely. I just knew I had to share it with you guys, because one of my famous sayings through life is, I got it. I got this. I got this. Hey, and really what I'm saying is, like today's tithing. Again, we're talking about tithing and understanding that everything comes from the Great Spirit. And when we're open and we're a conduit to receiving that, into that, right? That's God. That's God at God's finest, able to work, and we're open, right? We're open to receive. But when we're like, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I would be like, Spirit, help me with this, I know this, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay, I got it, I got this, and then turn around, ask for help, and then when it's coming from this way, I turn this way, because I got it, I got this, God, never mind, oh, never mind, I got this, right? And I pick it right back up and go back into doing it. And so this is a shift in that thinking, that perspective of, I got it. So if anybody, like, again, for me, it was like, oh, I could so relate to this, because I try to now, I've been trying to retrain myself, instead of I got it, turning it over, giving it back to God. Let me give it back to God. I don't got it. I'm going to give it to God. God's got it. I know God's got it, but and God will show me the blueprint. I don't got to write the blueprint, right? That's how I turn it back over there. Nope. You write the blueprint. I'll read the blueprint. I'm not going to write it. You got it, God, right? So That's the cool thing about today's article. It's shifting our thinking perspective from got it to God it. Okay, with me here? So this is a cool article. Her name is Jennifer Picnic, which is pretty awesome. I just think that's pretty cool. So, not a trick of the mind, just a truth to recognize. Society has taught us that we should take on the worries of the world alone. We exclaim, "I got it," as we move on from one seeming problem to the next. This type of living is simply not sustainable, yet many of us operate from this tainted lens. Perhaps at some point we recognize burnout is near, but it's too late. We have become so conditioned to suffering that we find comfort within it, despite realizing its absurdity. We become comfortable living in mediocre life and watching our dreams slowly fade. We dwell on regret of the unfulfilled desires our soul longs to realize. What if we shift from got it mentally to God it? We've heard the expression before, give it to God. But now it's time to take our current problems and all therefore and God it. It's not a trick of the mind, just a truth not yet recognized. Every ounce of our soul begs us to become aware of the power within and to know there is something more to this thing called life than resolving one problem after the next. Do we have problems, or do our problems have us? Let's move away from these toxic mindsets and surrender to our faith. Next time your conditioning tries to make you take on the worries of the world, make a conscious decision to move from saying, got it, and instead decide to God it. Move away from your need to control and trust. There is a divine intelligence already operating on your behalf. All is well. All is fine. All is perfectly divine. What if the principle of life really is that simple? I just had to share that with you guys today because, right, to me, that is such a weight, lifted from having to pick up, okay, I got it, to I got it. It just shifts. I got it. Feels like I'm picking it up, bringing it to me. I got it. I'm handing it off. Do you feel the shift of energy in your consciousness, just in the words and the thought pattern of it? Huge, huge. When we shift our thinking, we literally start moving and shifting our lives into way above and beyond, right? Way above and beyond what we could even imagine. So that is, you guys, again, from the Science of Mind magazine. I love sharing this with you guys. It's part of my morning spiritual practice. It's a monthly magazine it's a subscription that you can give. The scienceofmind.com would be where you can subscribe to receive this. If you're interested, it has amazing articles. That was just one short little article. And then it also has a daily guide for just inspiration to give ourselves, again, a little food for thought to shift our perspectives. When we can start shifting those perspectives, man, things really, it's shift or get off the pot time, right? So every day I share for the food for thought with you guys. Out of the Science of Mind, there's 2 quotes from different mystics, philosophers, and then there's also a little article from usually a different reverend or someone in that, just giving a little food for thought on what we read about. And then we have an affirmation. So Today, the title is Face the Unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is, and knowing how to live with insecurity is the only security. That is a quote from John Allen Paulos. And then our second quote today is from Ernest Holmes out of The Creative Mind. The highest attitude of mind from which all else springs is one of perfect calm and absolute trust in the spirit. Got it? Good morning, my beautiful sister, Miss Tanya. Ow! Grand Rising. Okay, so it is impossible to get a guarantee on how life will turn out. Take the first step in any new venture is always scary, but we really can't fail because every experience serves us in some way. For instance, we leave a relationship but move on to a healthier one, or we lose a job but move on to a more satisfying career. As Alan Cohen writes, you can't learn without doing, and you can't do without learning. I love that. That's a great quote. As Rabbi Erwin Kula reminds us, most of our decisions in life come from a place of uncertainty. We don't know where our decisions will lead because, as we all come to learn, uncertainty is part of the human drama. In the end, we have to act on faith. Faith that it will all work out. Perhaps not as we expected, but leading to a place of discovery and new perspectives. Holmes teaches us, always the man who has faith in his own ability accomplishes far more than the one who has no confidence in himself. Those who have great faith have great power. Good morning, Haley. Good morning. Remember these words from the spiritual leader Emmett Fox. Do it trembling if you must, but do it. Face the unknown. I love it, right? So back to the beginning of the article that we started with. Do you got it or are you godding it? Right? All right, our affirmation for the day. Today, I remember I am one with spirit. I move with confidence in all I do from a place of faith, knowing whatever I do and wherever I am, spirit is with me. So I'm gonna love it, right? Thank you. Stay positive. I love that name. Stay positive. Yes. So I'm going to repeat that for those in the back because, we can't go wrong with that. Today, I remember I am one with spirit. I move with confidence in all I do from a place of faith, knowing whatever I do and wherever I am, spirit is with me. Boom, shaka laka laka laka. Boom. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say about tithing today. Angels of abundance. So again, you guys, reminder, right? Tithing means literally 10%. 10%. And it's understanding that it's tithing 10% back to the place, space, time, people, place, or thing. Okay, across the board, people, place, or thing that you're spiritually fed. So it's important to mind our minds, to be spiritually fed, our minds, body, soul. So when we're looking at tithing, right, it is important to look at that whole area. Again, our food source. If we don't tithe back to our food source, we wouldn't have any more food. Our gardens wouldn't continue to grow. If we didn't have more babies in the garden, there wouldn't be no more, right? And the way you get the babies is taking the seeds and you tithe it back to the garden, right? So we have to pay it forward where we're being nourished. Same thing, spiritually. If you are, it doesn't have to be a brick and mortar place. It doesn't have, but where you're spiritually fed. Last week we went to Pacifica on Thursday. Part of my financial tithing, what comes through, right, is going to Pacifica for that day because I was spiritually fed there. I got educated. I was able to hang out on the grounds. We connected with the animals, connected with the wildlife, learned about the plants, right? That's spiritual nourishment. I also go to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. That is a brick and mortar, right? A place, a spiritual home. I give part of my tithing to that space as well because I go there and I am spiritually nourished. I might sit down and have coffee in a coffee shop and have the waitress come up to me and just give me the most profound answer that I know in my heart is spirit talking through her. I know that's spirit nourishing me. I'm going to tithe to her. I'll give her above and beyond, not her tip, but I'm going to tithe above that to her because I understand that that was where I'm being fed. Okay. So it's important to look all across the board at what our time, right? My time and my energy. I know I have 24 hours a day. To me, that's 2.4 hours that I gift back to spirit of my time. Part of that is being here, being available to be the conduit for spirit, to bring forward messages for spirit, right? That's part of my tithing back to the spirit and I'm getting nourished here with you guys because you share with me, right? So it's important we look all the way across the board at our tithing. And it's interesting because tithing is our way to gift to Great Spirit. But the truth of it is the gift in it is really to us because as we understand that we get to give back to spirit, we start to see the gifts of spirit everywhere. We understand. And that is the biggest gift that we could ever receive. When you start to see spirit everywhere you look, because spirit is everywhere, but when we really start to see with our spiritual eyes, when we got it, that's when we got it. That's when we got it. It's practice. Practice, practice, practice. We get to practice. Okay? So awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. See, Kelly was like, I was right there with you. And she's also following now. All right. So I love it. I'm so happy, Miss Kelly, you were with us yesterday. Thank you for joining us. Join the Zoom link too. It would be great to be able to have you a part of, if you hop on and you join the Zoom link, you'll be able to see everybody what I share on the Facebook, but you'll be a little more part of. You can even come in and be more part of if you want. And I love it. I love that. If you guys are interested, what I was just sharing, what Miss Kelly was talking about is the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living it's my spiritual home base. If I had a physical, if I was to have a physical place, this is it for me. And I am blessed with I tithe my tithing to that center because I'm spiritually fed. Not only do I tithe my money, but I tithe my time and my energy any place I can there. Like that's yes. And so part of that for me is I get to assist with the Zoom. I get to be in the center, I'm the cameraman, I'm the producer behind the scenes there. And then we have another amazing producer all the way in Alaska. Her and I are working together. I'm in Grants Pass, Oregon. She's all the way in Alaska. And we come together and do the Zoom part of it so that if you're not able to be there live, you can come on Zoom. And then from Zoom, we stream it to Facebook and it goes up in YouTube land. So where I'm going with that is you can plug in anywhere and join us. Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living .com. If you type that in, you'll just come right up to our website and you can join through there. Or Earth Angels Heaven Sent, come over and join because I share it over there as well every Sunday. And you can just pop on their Facebook Live and watch. Check it out. It fills you up, right? I love the last song yesterday. Oh, I know. All of our songs are amazing. We have the most amazing sound spirit team. it's just a beautiful place to plug in and just get energized and feel good. Hi, Haley, you're over there. Oh, I love it. That's you over there. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. That helps. Good morning, Auntie Kelly. I made homemade salsa this weekend. I grew salsa. I'm so proud of myself. I grew salsa. I grow salsa. I like salsa. Except for it's a little spicy. It's really spicy, actually. Really spicy. Yeah, I'm waiting. I got some more tomatoes blooming. They're ripening. I'm going to be adding those to my salsa to try to tone it down just a smidge, but it'll get you there. And I got tons of jalapenos left. Jalapenos are so good. All right. Auntie, we need to talk. I got your message about the property for sale close to you. Y'all, I'm looking for my property for the healing center. I see it. I have it in my mind's eye. I've had it there for a while. Spirit is, God's got it. I don't got it. God's got it. Yep, God's got it. So, all right. Woohoo! Did you guys see that? Did you see that? Holy rusted metal, Batman. That thing just came flying. Flying. We've got flying cards. We got flying cards. So, today our focus on the spiritualized tithing. We're asking the angels what it is about tithing that would help us to elevate. And I just love how this is always in alignment, right? The angels, we're talking about tithing and how important it is to start with this temple, though. That's the biggest message this morning is when we start looking at this tithing, really, Spirit wants us so bad to look at our physical body, our physical temple, and start here. Start tithing right here. Again, time, give yourselves if we're looking at tithing, 2.4 hours a day of self-care, of really self-care. Now, when I think about, okay, now that might sound like a lot, but really, let's break down what self-care really looks like. Like making sure you're nourished, stopping and having a meal. If you give yourself even a half an hour to sit and enjoy 3 meals a day, just 3 meals a day, right? That's an hour and a half of your time right there. And it's only a half hour of just sit time and allowing yourself to eat. Going out and gardening, going for a walk, doing meditation, having a bath, even in your shower time can be, your shower, your bathing, these routines. This is all self-care time, right? Spirit says 2.4 hours minimum. Like that's a minimum of requirement to show Spirit, to gift back to Spirit for gifting you this, right? It's not that much. The angels of abundance are saying, yeah, it's time for a quiet retreat. It's time to start really looking at this tithing to ourselves. Quiet time, quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your thoughts, your truths, your feelings, and what's happening in your inner world. Make sure you eat 3 meals a day, right, Haley? I mean, even just in that, and I'm guilty. I can't say I'm not. And this is, again, I understand this is a message. This is always a dual message for all of us, right? Right? 3 meals, stopping. And my bad. Look, I'll tell you guys right now. Again, look, I got it in a to-go cup. Here's my breakfast. Because I have a hard time even just allowing myself to stop for a half an hour and eat. Do I have time for that? I think I'm too busy. No, but I have to take care of this first, right? It's so easy. And no, it's really just stop, start. Got it. Give it to God. I got it. I got it. Instead of I got it, I got it. That's changing my perception. I really hope it helped you guys today, because for me, it's like It's from the polarity of the over here to what I'm really not wanting to create to boom, exactly what I want to plug into. The got it. I got it. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. That's the funny part that I honestly can attest to this, right? When we stop and we take the time to be still, we take the time to self-care. The struggles, it gets easy. It's a little awkward at first because we're not used to it. Like we talked about, we're used to these. I got it, and we surrender it, right? We start to get clear. We start to get calm. We start to find peace, joy, love, happiness. The prosperity that we talk about all the time on here. The prosperity that we really, really want to connect with, that already exists. We're not manifesting prosperity. It already is waiting for us. It's our birthright. We are creating the connection to it by clearing this path. By doing this work, we're clearing our ability to connect with our prosperity, and it's through tithing. So when you hear tithing and you talk about tithing and you look at tithing, what is your reaction to tithing? Because previously, even when I would hear the word tithing, I would be like, bricks, bye. Well, I'm not talking to you about this because you're just after my money and that's just blah, 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 spirit. And that was the biggest thing holding me back from really understanding and stepping into the peace, the joy, the happiness, the calm that I want in my life. My birthright that's over here, but I was blocking it. I was the one blocking it, saying, nope, I'm not interested in that. And right now, Spirit's not asking for much from you, right? Spirit's asking for you to literally, nothing you don't have is being asked of you right now. Self-care, time to love yourself, to take care of yourself. You got nothing but that. You got nothing but that. So what do you got to lose by following the blueprint? Again, Spirit giving us the blueprint right here. Miss Kelly, no worries. Absolutely, you can come back and re-watch, but I am going to post that affirmation actually when we're done because the new magazine came out. I missed it last month. I know I was slacking a little, but I'm going to go in and every day of the week I do post in Earth Angels Heaven Sent over on the Facebook page the daily affirmation. So it will be up there shortly. Can't say exactly when, but shortly after the feed, it'll be up. So it's always going to be there for you too. So, yeah, quiet retreat. Spirit, what is it about abundance? What is it about tithing, the spiritual law of tithing that would help us? And today, our angels, our guides, Spirit, saying it's time to tithe to ourselves. It's time to understand where our source is, what our gifts are, to start recognizing those gifts. Start paying attention to ourselves. And that's a wrap for today. Ta-da! And we did it. See? We did all of that. And it was 45 minutes. That's 45 minutes of nourishing yourself, right? Spiritually, we nourished ourselves. We talked about how we can nourish our minds, our bodies, how to support ourselves physically with foods, with energy, our food for thought, and then our angels, what is it, angels, that'll help us? 45 minutes. And I don't know about you guys, I've gained clarity. I hope you guys have some more clarity. I hope you have some shifts. I love the way this works. The universe is always, always divinely conspiring just for us if we're open to receiving. So, sending lots of love and light to all of you. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. Tomorrow we talk about the spiritual law of forgiveness. Yeah, even if you don't want to anymore. It is so healing. Again, when we want to create, when we want to connect with our prosperity, when we want to create that connection to our prosperity, it's important that we look at these 4 spiritual laws. This body right here, this is our car. This is our vessel. This is our vehicle through this time, space, and place. Without this, we don't get a human experience right now. We got to have this, right? So we mind this. We change the oil. We change the fluids. We do all of that by what the foods we eat, making sure we have clean diets, cleaning our energy system. That's like change. That's like doing an oil change. When you have a Reiki session done, you're changing your oil. You're clearing out the old and putting in new, right? Just doing a total cleanse. And then these spiritual laws, you guys, are like the tires. The spiritual laws, which are tithing, forgiveness, goals, and life purpose, right? When we look at these 4 tires, when you have a good set of brand new tires on your car, right? You got a good ride. You got a nice, smooth, good ride. But sometimes, sometimes we get a nail in the tire. We get, the tread gets low. We have to change the whole tire out, So it's important that every day we examine these. We look at where we're at in these. We go around, we kick the tires. So again, today's tithing, we're looking at the tithing tire. Where are you at? Where is your tire at? Tomorrow we're going to talk about forgiveness. Where are you at with forgiveness? For me, I had a major flat. When I came into this teaching and understanding these spiritual laws, my forgiveness tire was flat. I had nothing left. I didn't think there were certain things that I just didn't understand that wasn't right. But as we examine and look at this forgiveness and understand that it's for us, it's the healing for me. I had to have a blowout in that area, put a whole new tire on and understand, right, that it's beneficial for me to keep that. Forgiveness is keeping that tire maintained. Our goals, are they yours? That's where it's important to look at our belief systems, that food for thought we do every day. Really important when we're looking at our goals, because a lot of times some of our goals might even be not really ours. They're associated with old beliefs and old things that don't really resonate with us. And that's part of why we feel like we're banging our head against the wall to get these goals working, because they're not for us. So it's important to look at our beliefs and where we're at with that, right? And last but not least, our life purpose. What is your life purpose here? What is your life purpose? It's a big one, right? It is a big one. It's a big deal. You being here right now is a big deal, and you have a big part to play in your life purpose. So if you don't know what that is, be here Thursday. Make sure you're here. We talk more about it. I love you, Miss Karen. Thank you. You are wonderful. Love you, love you, love you. Hi, Samantha. So that's what we talk about. Those are the spiritual laws. Those are how we maintain this vehicle, this vessel, this time, place, space. So join me back here tomorrow morning. We're going to get back into that forgiveness and see what we can do about it. See what Spirit has for us tomorrow. Stay tuned. I love you all. I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful, amazing day. Thank you for sharing, liking, following, replaying, being a part of. I love you all very much. Mwah.